Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that be linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. First of all, got to talk about the Community Shield yesterday. Congratulations going out to Arsenal, winning some silverware. I know it's not one of the big ones. I know it's, I don't know. How do you class the Community Shield? It's what I was saying the other day in an interview. I feel that they should kind of scrap the Community Shield. Still keep the concept where, you know, it's all about charities and stuff like that, but turn it into like a Super Cup, a bit like what they do in Spain, you know, to give it a bit more importance. But the one thing I would say, it was a really competitive game. And that game was not played like a friendly. It was played with intensity. You could see that both teams were trying to win it. I know Pep Guardiola has been a little bit salty after it, almost trying to say, all right, well, it doesn't really mean much. But did you see his celebration after they scored their first goal? Yeah, it didn't mean much, Pep, right? So for Arsenal to, you know, equalise and then to go for and win on penalties, I thought, you know, excellent. I thought it was significant, you know what I mean? Because watching the game, what you saw in that game is that there's not a big gap between the two teams. Man City are still the standard bearers. Let's be real. They are the standard bearers. They're the champions. They're the treble winners. We give them their full respect. But what it showed yesterday is that you can see with that Arsenal team is that there's not a big gap between us and them. We stood toe-to-toe with them. We didn't just sit back and defend the whole game. We gave as good as they gave us. It was a very even game, hence the result. And I think Arsenal can be very optimistic going forward into the new season. In particular, when you look at the new signings, right? The signings that we've been talking about throughout Transfer Daily. They all did all right, you know what I mean? Havertz, all right, maybe he could have got scored, could have. None of them was simple chances, but Havertz looked all right, showed his versatility. He's been brought in to play more in midfield, but, you know, because of injuries, was put up front and did okay. Jorginho Timber has been the star of the show out of the free signings, the whole transfer window. Again, another really good performance by him. Again, showing his versatility, playing out on the left-hand side. Remember, he was a centre-back at Ajax, can play centre-back, he can play left-back, and now we see he can, and we know that he can play right-back, of course. So showing his versatility, and Declan Rice, again, another very good performance and a player that's only going to get better. So the signings have done well. We've got them in early, got them in full pre-season, really excellent transfer business by Arsenal. But who's coming next is what we always ask. And who's going? Who's going and who's coming next? Well, we know that David Raya is definitely coming. He was even spotted at the game yesterday by some eagle-eyed, you know, supporters next to one of his teammates, Vitali Yana. They were at the game. He was in the crowd. I mean, obviously eyeing his new team. It's going to be done. Expect medicals shortly, and David Raya will be an Arsenal player, and they're not having to pay a king's ransom for him either. It's not the £40 million that was first being reported. It's definitely going to be under the £30 million mark. So again, good business by Arsenal, bringing in a goalkeeper that will be number 2, stroke 1. You know, will put Aaron Ramsdale, who I thought played very well yesterday in that Community Shield, will put Aaron Ramsdale on his toes. And that's what you need. And this is what I'm loving about Arsenal at the moment. I looked at the team yesterday and I'm like, that's a very good squad. We're bringing on top players just like our City are able to bring on top players. And that is great to see. So David Raya will be joining Arsenal very shortly. Expect that. Could be by tomorrow. That could all be done. And an announcement after that, and he'll be ready for the first game of the season against Nottingham Forest. Matt Turner moving the other way. Matt Turner having his medical today at Nottingham Forest. He will be joining Nottingham Forest as their new goalkeeper. We know that Forest have been desperately after a keeper. Could actually face Arsenal at the weekend. How ironic would that be? He was actually the number 2 goalkeeper at Wembley yesterday. He saw him lifting the Community Shield, right? But he will be a Nottingham Forest player, having his medical there today, and he will be unveiled as a Forest player. being told the fee, the rumour is the fee's around about £7 million, but we're yet to see exactly what it will be. I expect it to be one of those undisclosed announcements. Balogun, following Balogun, not even in the squad yesterday, posting cryptic tweets with, he's watching videos of Ronaldo's R9, who of course used to play for Inter Milan. He wants to go to Inter Milan. There's also another team that has sort of joined the fray for his signature, and that's Lens over there in France. They're after a striker. They would have seen what he did last year in the French Ligue 1, and they're very interested in him as well. Now, you say Lens, where they're going to get the money from? Well, they have made a few sales. They sold their striker, Luis Openda. They sold Seko Fofana. So they've got a bit of money bouncing around. And also, they're in the Champions League this season, and they're looking for a striker to lead the line for them in the Champions League. And they're said to be very interested in Balogun as well. But I suspect where he really wants to go is Inter Milan. Crystal Palace are also interested in him as well. They need a striker as well. Going to be interested. Arsenal would love a bidding war for Balogun because, Inter Milan have been coming in with small fees. Even their latest figure is, we're being told, it's going to be around about £35 million. Arsenal would love 50, but Balogun, as we keep saying literally every day, is on his way out. And what about Hijack Kudus? Should Arsenal move for Kudus and try and get a deal done? I said yesterday that Brighton are very, very close to getting this deal done. They've agreed terms with Ajax on the deal, said to be around about £35 million. They're said to be close to agreeing personal terms with the player. However, it was very interesting to see the quotes yesterday of Roberto De Zerbi. He was being asked about it. Of course, he's the manager of Brighton. And he said, these are his quotes. He said, I don't know the situation with that deal. We have a lot of strikers. And then he went on to say, we will see at the end of the window whether this gets done or not. Now, again, is he just being cagey, or is there a chance that the deal's not as close as some people are saying? And maybe Kudus himself is thinking to himself, well, let me wait and see who else is going to come in. Will Arsenal come for me? There's also been Chelsea that have been very interested, as well as Brighton have done. The fact that Brighton are in in Europe this year in the Europa League. If an Arsenal comes in and says to Kudus, exciting project as Arsenal, we're challenging for the league, as you can see by yesterday's performance. And of course, we are in the Champions League. Come and join us. I think, that would certainly make his mind up where to go. So should Arsenal be trying to hijack this deal? That is a question I'm asking. I would love to hear from you guys right now. Or should we be sort of just satisfied with what we got and wait it out until the end of the window and see if something even cheaper comes up and exciting that Arsenal could jump at? Leaving it to you guys to let me know in the comments. And these rumours about Jorginho still continue. It was this Turkish outlet, TRT Sport, that came out with this the other day that said Jorginho wants to leave. Didn't get on the pitch yesterday. I was surprised. I thought even when Partey went down at the end of the game and they had to bandage up his head and stuff, I was thinking, they're going to bring Jorginho on. They didn't. Am I reading too much into that? Fenerbahce has said to be really, really interested in him. I would be really surprised if Jorginho left the club, particularly when you've seen some of Mikel Arteta's quotes talking about his experience and how good he is around the place. I'd be surprised. I know that, listen, he's not going to get loads of starting positions because Partey's there now. Declan Rice is in there as well. But I would be shocked if Jorginho left. And I really hope that Arsenal keep hold of him because, again, it's all about having good squad depth. Competitions are going to come raining in soon. Premier League, Champions League, League Cup, then later on FA Cup. Having players of that quality in the squad, for me, very, very important. So I'd be surprised, but these rumours persist today. That's what we do on this show. We talk about them. Anyway, those are the rumours for today. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to keep it locked here. It is the end of this month when the transfer window closes, and we are here every single day with Transfer Daily, also daily updates on any bits of breaking news right here on AFTV. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.